and bring the thunder as we go into our next topic, which is all about one quarterback's now coming legacy. I can't remember a time where you had too many championship weekends where you walk out of it. All the stories are not about the Super Bowl coming, but about the quarterback that lost. Talking about Aaron Rodgers not getting to go for it, having to watch them kick a field goal. With Aaron Rodgers losing the NFC Championship game after a momentous MVP season, and now having the same NFC Championship number of wins as Rex Grossman, where do we feel like Aaron Rodgers' career and future are going, and what does this do to his overall legacy? Emily, your take.
So, I know there's been a lot of buzz over the last couple days since his post-game interview talking about, is Aaron Rodgers going to be back in Green Bay next season? And I'm not going to lie, I wasn't super concerned with it. Aaron likes to be broad in his talking. And I took it more of a kind of strategical move more than anything else to kind of gain some power back after the Packers drafted Jordan Love last year, which whatever. But I have read several things this afternoon from our CEO, Mark Murphy, as well. You know, Aaron goes on the Pat McAfee show every Tuesday. They've both come out and said, you know, I don't see why I would not be back next year. A direct quote from Aaron on the show. Mark Murphy said, there's no way in heck Rodgers isn't going to be on the Packers next year. He said that is our leader. I really hope that he can get another ring in Green Bay because he certainly deserves one. I think that would help his legacy because right now, one Super Bowl ring, you know, people, when they talk about Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers, that's the stat that they come back to again and again is there's one ring versus all of Tom's many rings. So I would love to get him another one, but if he does decide to leave the Packers, I understand. I'm going to be heartbroken, but if he thinks he can't get it done with the Packers and he needs to move on, I understand, because not having that in his legacy is going to be just the one Super Bowl win. If he goes out with that, I'm still personally going to think he's great, of course, but are other people going to hold him to the high standard that they are with some of the other greats? I mean, maybe, I hope, but I can understand it.
It's definitely a ring culture as we look at rings, not just for doorbells, definitely for Super Bowl champions and comparing legacies. Luke, wearing your Bears and everything, your take on Aaron Rodgers and his future going forward.
I think it's hard to see Aaron Rodgers in another uniform aside from the Green Bay Packers. It's kind of like how all NFL fans, they would have never thought in a million years that Tom Brady would just get out of New England, join a new team in Tampa Bay, and here they are in Super Bowl 55. I'm wondering if Aaron Rodgers would follow along that same path if the organization, the Green Bay Packers organization, doesn't follow what Aaron Rodgers wants. And it kind of looks like he's slowly making his way out of Green Bay, especially with the moves that the Packers have made. And as Emily mentioned about drafting Jordan Love in the first round, which I thought that was a very questionable draft pick, where they could have drafted key rookies from the season. I can name off 4 of them right now. They could have drafted Chase Claypool, T. Higgins, Patrick Queen, Justin Jefferson. All those guys, they would have been dominant in Green Bay, especially the 3 wide receivers that Aaron Rodgers could have thrown to, could have paired alongside with Devontae Adams. But, of course, there are other players like Lazard and Valdez-Scantling too, but having that one dynamic rookie, that would have made that offense on par, potentially kind of like solidified with Kansas City, just kind of like a shootout mode. And it's more like the uncertainty that there's some finality to it, just going through the motions on how it is. And we just have to find out more developing stories, like what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers. I hope he stays with Green Bay, even though I'm a Bears fan. He is he has dominated the division, but it's more about, again, winning those rings.
All right, Luke, good call on draft picks. How many of those players were Ohio State players? Just because I feel like that was just naming all the Ohio State seniors from last year.
What, the Claypool, Higgins, and them?
Yeah.
Oh, none of them were Ohio State. One was Notre Dame, Clemson, LSU, 2 LSU players, actually.
Luke came to play today. I am proud of you.
Yeah, of course.
It's very cool. All right, Connor, we have some good points. Teetering both ways on the Aaron Rodgers side about where he's going. What is your take about the future of Aaron Rodgers? And maybe a good handlebar mustache.
All right. Here's what we know. We know Aaron Rodgers is now 1-4 in NFC Championship games and has yet again caused controversy in the midst of his defeat by making comments about an uncertain future. We also know that there has not been much good publicity surrounding Jordan Love. He did not set the world on fire. All reports during training camp, he was not as productive as the Packers wanted him to be. And we also know that Aaron Rodgers is still a quarterback that can get his team into the playoffs. I have a theory that although the quarterback is not the silver bullet, the quarterback is the largest bullet in the chamber and can cover a multitude of sins. Look at what Tom Brady left in New England and took a team who missed the playoffs to the Super Bowl. So I think that although Aaron Rodgers won't go public with wanting to be moved, I can see where he would want to be involved in an organization that maybe seems to have their act together a little bit more, maybe seems to want to draft better pieces and more playmakers around him. So with that, here's my prediction. My number one prediction is that Aaron Rodgers will actually end up staying in Green Bay. But my number two prediction and my first hot take of the night, just get ready for this. It's going to be hotter than the St. Elmo's cocktail sauce. That is Aaron Rodgers. I'm putting this out here there in the universe to the Indianapolis Colts. They did it with Phillip Rivers. Aaron Rodgers could play most of the season indoor and just crush it in a weak division and put up a bunch of stats with a team that has a lot of good playmakers, good running game, a good defense. So there you go. Aaron Rodgers could very well end up in Green Bay. If he's not in Green Bay, I see him in Indy.
Wow, Connor with the hot take. But Connor, in your defense, how can he walk away from the Golden Corral of Green Bay, Wisconsin, where even you have been quoted to say is a good time? So,
hey, the Golden Corral in Green Bay is a good time. And if you did not know this, Lambeau Field actually has the highest technology of heated seats, where it uses actual human heat from their bodies to heat the aluminum seats in the middle of those cold winter games. So tough. It could be tough to leave the bustling, booming metropolis of Green Bay, but I could see that happening.
I will say I give kudos to the Packers, where instead of piping in fake crowd noise or trying to push the COVID barriers, they just gave everyone signs to whack the aluminum seats with during Championship Sunday. Innovation strikes its head in the best signs of tradition. All right, well, coming out of the second topic, we have a score update. The score is closing. Emily has 12 points. Luke has 13. Connor has 15 points because of his very hot Indianapolis Colts. Aaron Rodgers just taking a little drive down south into the town of Indiana. I want to take a minute to also welcome our viewer, Steven. He says, sadly, he was sick and had to leave work early, but he made time for Friend Stream Sports. So that's why Steven is a golden friend of the show, because he's here whenever he's sick. We hope you, if you're out there listening to us, wherever you're listening to us, you're not sick, but you're tuning into us here on Friend Stream Sports.